there was never ever sign of life or proof of life in any way. And that's what really stands out in this investigation and this crime that stands out from any other one in the past. First of all, they're extremely rare. Second of all, if they were really after money, they would have made it easy to get the money. And they didn't do that in any way. And one of the first things, because there's three types of abductions that happen, and this kind of fits in the middle one. The first top one is being professionally done, and they don't want public knowledge of it. They're directly communicating with the family, and the first thing, always they're providing proof of life, because their primary objective always is take care of the welfare of the person they abducted, because that's their ticket to what it is they're trying to get, and that's what's missing in this.
So that's one of the investigators, Robin Drake, and he is going over where we're at right now in the Savannah Guthrie's mom's case, Nancy Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie just broke all protocols yesterday and just basically said, do you have any leads? Cut 32.
I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
So she's not saying, she's not addressing the would-be captor. She's not addressing those one who wants $6 million in Bitcoin. She's not saying, using phrases to let them know that she's a nice person, talk to her. This time she just looked into the camera on her own, no brothers, no sibling, no sister, and said, do you have any leads? And what does that tell you? It tells you whether it's right or wrong, the sheriff has not informed them, or give them hope that they're on target, or they're getting close. It's a family member, not a family member. We don't know anything. The other thing we found out, and you tell me how significant you think this is. They said, oh, you know how you said that she was going to church, and when she didn't show up at church, people informed the family they were concerned? She was never going to church. She went to a friend's house to watch church at the same mass Savannah was in, reportedly, in New York City. So she was going to watch it, and she didn't show up at a friend's house. Okay, that's a little different, isn't it? Didn't show up at a friend's house as opposed to didn't show up in a church that, for the most part, has hundreds of people. So that makes a little more sense. Now, if the family knew that and it was wrong, they just didn't care that the reporters got it wrong. But you can't blame reporters, because we're just getting the story that they're saying. When did you realize that Nancy was missing? When she didn't show up at church. Okay, I'll go with that. Should I have questioned and said, do you mean watch church on a friend's house? Of course not. But why do you think it wasn't important to straighten that out? They didn't. Now they said it wasn't the son-in-law that dropped her off. Really? Okay. Why didn't you tell us that before? I understand not having press conferences if you have no other leads, but at least have a press conference to clarify the record. You want the public to help the Guthries. So at least give the public all the information that would be necessary for them to narrow down and do the best they can to be the eyewitness or the person eligible for that award. Here's Harvey Levin, cut 33.
I'll read you one line from the ransom note we received, and they say it is in the best interest of everyone to have this completed as soon as possible. So, this was way back when the first ransom note was issued. It's baffling to us. We just don't understand what has transpired, but the account we're looking at does not show a deposit.
So they didn't pay, the deadline passed, 2 deadlines passed. And then she said, listen, help me out. Sheriff's got to give up control, right to the FBI. Don't go to any more basketball games. Solve this crime. Obviously, this is extremely tough. But I would bring in all the help possible and shelve your ego.